So let's start to bring real emotion, real truth to our acting. These are some ways in that you can do that. First of all, you have the line, "I really love you." And you have to say that to the person in front of you who you've never met before in your life. In fact, they're a stranger to you. And even though in the script you have this really close relationship where you love one another, you've got to make that seem realistic in a matter of minutes, a matter of seconds. So here's how you can start to access that as an actor. Well, first of all, if you have that line, "I really love you," and you don't feel a connection to that person that you're acting with, then you can start to think about relating it to people in your life that you do really love. That could be a romantic love, that could be a really family, wholesome based love, like the one that you might have for a grandma, whatever it might be that's appropriate for that particular script. So let's pick that person in your life right now. Now start to picture, start to visualize that person in front of you that you're saying the lines to them. "I really love you." Okay, and perhaps you found that difficult. Perhaps you found that the person was filtering in and out of your vision. You found it really hard to imprint the face of that person in front of you and see them. The more you work with your imagination, the more practice you'll get at it, and the more accessible that kind of thing will become. But let's go a step further. Now we're going to bring in our senses. And senses are just something that has a wealth of benefits for the actor. Okay, obviously we have our 5 senses that we experience as human beings. And what we're going to try to do now is sensorially recreate a time with that person that we really care a lot about, that we really love. So visualize that person again, or start to think about that person that you love and would make sense to say the line, "I really love you" to. And we're going to pick a special time that we've had with them. So if it's a romantic type of love, maybe it's the first time you met the person, where you start to get those butterflies in your stomach when you met them. If it's this more family-based, sort of wholesome love, maybe it's the time that they cooked a wonderful meal for you, or that you gave them a great big hug after not seeing them for a long time. Really picture that moment. And now let's walk through some of those senses. So first of all, we're going to focus on smell. What was the smell when you were with that person at that time? Can you pick up their perfume? Does that have a particular smell? Does the place where you were have a particular smell? If it's outdoors, do you smell the fresh flowers? If it's indoors, do they have that particular house smell that you smelled? Next, we're going to pick up on sounds that you might have heard that day. Was there a particular piece of music playing in the background? Was there the hum of the washing machine that was going on if you were in a family member's house? Was there the murmuring of people talking if you were in a restaurant? Next, take in all that you could see that day. What did the person look like? What were they wearing? Was the environment colourful? Was it dark? Was it grey? Was it warm? Was it warm colours or cold colours? And finally, try to think about what were you wearing? How did it feel, the thing that you were wearing that day, when you felt this really authentic feeling of love for that person? Did you have a warm jumper on? Were you dressed up and felt quite smart and fancy? How did you feel? Now take a moment just to live through that experience once again, to close your eyes, to really engage with the smell, with the sounds, with the sights of that moment of love that you shared with that person that you really cared about in your life. And when you feel you've engaged with each of those things, it might take a moment or two. You might want to pause the video and explore this yourself. Then, once you feel ready, open your eyes and say it to the person in front of you. "I really love you." Okay, I hope that was a pleasant experience for you. I'd really love to hear how you felt doing that exercise, how it felt for you, if it's something you're going to explore and add to your own acting craft further down the line. I've been Adam from Unstoppable Acting Studio, and if you like this sort of thing, please click that like button, click subscribe. I do weekly videos on acting craft, acting technique, and how to have a mindset for success. So I hope to see you around sometime for some more exercises like this. Take care of yourself.